Welcome to Roadshow's AutoComplete, your weekly roundup of the biggest news in the automotive world. This week we have news on McLaren's Elva Roadster, Lexus's first EV, and Tesla's German Gigafactory. But first, let's start with the Ferrari Roma coupe. The Ferrari Portofino is a perfectly fine car, but it never really got our blood pumping like its more expensive siblings. I mean, sure, it's plenty fast and everything, but something about its styling struck us as a little boring. Well, the folks in Maranello have a solution to that, and also to people who aren't interested in living the convertible lifestyle, and it's called the Roma. Mechanically, it's very similar to the Portofino, minus the gearbox, which was snagged from the SF90 Stradale, but aesthetically, it's the first truly pretty Ferrari to come out maybe in decades. As a bonus, the Portofino's engine has been upgraded to 611 horsepower, and because it lacks the convertible's mechanical complications, the Roma is 440 pounds lighter too. Sign us up for a drive now, damn it. We like Tesla's Model 3 a lot, and now we like it even more that the EPA has declared it to be the most efficient electric vehicle on sale in the US. Specifically, the standard range car gets the honor, having slid into the top spot left by Hyundai's Ioniq, Top Gun style. Now, the way that the EPA calculates the efficiency of an EV is a little hinky, because it still uses miles per gallon. Only instead of measuring the actual consumption of liquid fuel, it uses the distance an EV can travel on the energy contained in a single gallon of gasoline, which works to about 4 kilowatt hours per. The Model 3 gets 141 mpge, which edges out the new Ioniq's 133 mpge. Nice one. Hey, remember Lucid Motors? No? Well, they were one of the so-called competitors for Tesla's crown with the stylish Air sedan that we saw way back in 2016. Since then, the company's been keeping things fairly low-key, but now it's breaking ground on a new factory in Casa Grande, Arizona, which it hopes to have up and running by 2020. Just as a refresher, Lucid claims that its luxury sedan will pack 400 miles of range and 1,000 horsepower, and feature a luxury interior with lots of room. If any of that sounds like malarkey, well, it very well could be, but it did get a $1 billion investment from the Saudi Public Investment Fund, so maybe it's not? The Big T has been talking about getting its claws into Europe with a new Gigafactory for years now, but exactly where it would go has been up in the air. Some folks speculated that it could end up in the UK, but it would seem that Brexit made that an unattractive option because Elon Musk has finally announced the actual location, and it'll be just outside Germany's capital city of Berlin. In other news, Tesla also got the go-ahead to start full-scale vehicle production at its Chinese Gigafactory just outside Shanghai. Volkswagen has just announced plans to build battery packs for its upcoming ID line of EVs in a new building at its Chattanooga, Tennessee factory. The announcement was a bit of a surprise, but it makes total sense because VW has already stated that the Chattanooga plant will serve as the home of all North American EV production, so you may as well build battery packs in the place where you build the cars, right? It's been a whole hell of a long time since Toyota offered the Camry with all-wheel drive in the US, but that's about to change, and for the Avalon too. Toyota announced plans to offer all-wheel drive as a standalone option on 2020 models. The system itself comes straight out of the RAV4, which also rides on the company's Soup's versatile Tenga platform. The problem about going all-wheel drive is that you're stuck with one engine choice that makes either 202 or 205 horsepower if you go with the XSE trim, and a single transmission option. Points to Toyota though for adding all the extra gear needed to drive all four wheels without compromising any interior space. McLaren announced its newest car this week, and we'll be damned if it doesn't have a roof. We don't mean that it's a convertible or a Spider or anything like that. We mean that it has no roof. The McLaren Elva is a special limited edition roadster that claims to be one of McLaren's lightest road cars ever, thanks to the liberal application of super high-tech materials and techniques like 3D metal printing. The Elva uses a tweaked version of Maca's tried and true turbocharged 4-liter V8 to make 804 horsepower and 590 pound-feet of torque. It's also not quite so polarizing to look at as the Senna was, so that's good. Those nuts over in Woking are planning on making 399 of these rowdy boys, and they will offer them for the princely sum of $1.69 million. Audi's Q8 flagship SUV always struck us as a very nice but unassuming vehicle. That's because it lacks some of the pomp and circumstance we'd normally be looking for in an $80,000 plus people carrier. Thankfully, Audi got the message and plans to remedy that during the LA Auto Show this year by introducing a hotted-up RS Q8. The big bruiser will be packing the lovely twin-turbo V8 from the RS7 and RS6 Avant, as well as their 48-volt mild hybrid system, and that should make for a suitably exciting ride. We'd expect the RS Q8 to give Mercedes-AMG's GLC 63S a run for its lunch money. To say that Lexus has been slow to adopt fully battery electric vehicles would be kind of an understatement. But it looks like Toyota's luxury brand is finally getting with the program. It's going to be unveiling its first EV, only it doesn't look like we're going to be getting it here in the US. Bummer, right? The car is set to debut next week in China at the Guangzhou Auto Show, and in addition to the Middle Kingdom, Lexus is planning on selling the vehicle in Europe too. Come on, Lexus, what gives? If you can hear your dad yelling at his computer screen from the other side of the house, it's probably because he found out that Ford is officially slapping the Mustang name and pony badge on an electric crossover SUV. Now, to be fair, we've known this was coming for a long time, but the Mustang branding wasn't totally confirmed until just this week. The Ford Mustang Mach-E will make its official world debut on November 17th in Los Angeles, and you can bet that Roadster will be there as the cover comes off. That's it for AutoComplete this week. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to stay notified of all new videos on Roadshow, and we'll see you again next week.